This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. This broadcast is presented by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? All you need is Currency. Visit gocurrency.com. Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. Faith Regional Health Services. When you need exemplary care, have faith. And by Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank is always ready to lend a hand in the communities that they serve. Log on to MidwestBank.com to find out more.
Championship season is officially underway. Hello, everyone, and welcome to coverage of the East Husker Conference Championships on News Channel Nebraska. Alongside Andrew Pfeiffer, I'm Eric McKay on the campus of Central Community College in Columbus, Nebraska, where tonight the Pender Pendragons, the top seed, will take on the upset-minded 7th-seeded Cadets of West Point Beamer. Andrew, you win an East Husker Conference Championship, chances are you're going to do pretty well in March. This is a pretty good test run for teams that are trying to cut down the nets in Lincoln in a month from now.
Oh, well, absolutely. And taking a look at West Point Beamer, I mean, like you said, Eric, they have upset on the mind, only going 10-8. But look on the other side. Look at Pender. I mean, they haven't lost a single game yet this season. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup. Going to be an exciting one.
It's been almost a calendar year since Pender has lost a game, 27 in a row for the defending Class C2 champs. 19-0 to start the year. They have rolled through the regular season, Andrew, and one of the big reasons why the returning All-Stater, Maya Dolliver.
Absolutely, and you can't say enough good things about Dolliver. She's already surpassed that 1,000-point mark. She's just been an incredible player for this team, and she's just, with her father as her head coach especially, they have that chemistry. You know, she's going to be an impact maker tonight.
West Point Beamer, meanwhile, started the season 1-5. Since then, they've gone 9-3. They've upset everyone they've faced and are here in the championship game at 10-8 as the 7th seed. And Andrew, one of the main reasons the Cadets have turned it around has been the play of Allie Kaup.
Yeah, Allie Kaup, leading scorer, second leading rebounder for double digits this season. She's all over the floor, great facilitator, able to get those shots up and in. She's going to be a player to look out for. Those are going to be our two going head-to-head here tonight.
Should be a fantastic matchup. We'll introduce you to starting lineups, get you set for action coming up. You're watching the East Husker Conference Championship on News Channel Nebraska.
Pre-game show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCo.com.
Heart problems can affect anybody, but there's things you can do to try to prevent them and to treat them right when they pop up. Let's learn more about it from an expert at Faith Regional. I'm joined now by Shane O'Brien, the manager and exercise specialist at the Cardiac and Pulmonary Rehab Unit at Faith Regional Health Services. Our topic today is heart health, and starting with heart attacks, what are some of the symptoms we should be on the lookout for?
Some of the typical symptoms that you hear about are stabbing pain in the middle of your chest, radiating down your arms, left and right arm, maybe radiating up to your neck, shortness of breath.
But this could be different for women, especially women that are having symptoms of cardiovascular disease.
Absolutely. Women's symptoms seem to be more subtle. You could be extreme fatigue. You could have back shoulder pain, toothache. Women tend to put other people first and poo-poo their symptoms, and when it could be something more serious.
And when we're talking about heart health, we want to prevent problems down the road. What are the things that people should be doing throughout their whole lives to make sure they're heart healthy?
Exercise. We want to be exercising at least 30 minutes a day, most days of the week. Nutrition is very important. You want to eat lots of fruits and vegetables, fish, chicken, lean cuts of protein.
With the prevalence of heart problems, that means being able to respond quickly is critical, and CPR is a way to go about that. Now there's the hands-only method. What is that?
Where they used to teach you'd give 2 rescue breaths to every 30 compressions. Now it's just continuous CPR. Call somebody for help. You got to get 911 activated. Then you just go right into compressions, 100 to 120 compressions per minute.
What can people do to make sure that they understand how to perform CPR?
Faith Regional has been out in the community teaching hands-only CPR. We teach it up here in cardiac rehab. Like every 6 weeks we have a class. Just look for ways to find that education.
Do you recommend that everybody learn that skill?
Absolutely. Even if you weren't able to perform that skill, you could tell somebody how to do that skill.
Well, Shane, thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome.
Well, you know it's a big game when the mascot shows up. Back at the East Husker Conference Championship alongside Andrew Pfeiffer. That was a quick change. You got out of that Dragon outfit fast to get up here. I'm Eric McKay. We're excited for this one. Pender, unbeaten, Penn Dragons, taking on the West Point Beemer Cadets in the Girls Championship of the East Husker Conference. Let's talk school spotlight. Those are brought to you by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? All you need is Currency. Visit gocurrency.com. West Point Beemer, they've only won one East Husker Conference title ever. That was in 2019. Now, West Point High won 4 titles before they consolidated with Beemer in the late 80s and 90s. But as far as the Cadets, they've only won 1 as a consolidated program. As for Pender, they've won 4 East Husker Conference tournaments, their first coming way back in 1978. And they won a three-peat in 2012, 13, and 14, part of a crew of state qualifying teams that were incredible in Class D1 in the early 2010s. That, again, a look at your school spotlight. And, you know, Andrew, when you talk East Husker Conference, look, Pender, defending state champs. North Bend Central has won 4 straight state titles in Class D1. This is a basketball conference, so people pay attention around the state to whoever it is that gets the hardware here in this tournament every year.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is definitely one of the most distinguished tournaments that you have across the state. I mean, they don't play around here at the East Husker Conference, and both these teams are actually coming off pretty significant wins. Looking at the Pender Dragons, who haven't lost a single game yet this year, they are 19-0. They defeated North Bend Central on Thursday. Avery Wagner had 17 points and 5 rebounds. They won 27 in a row dating back to last year, winning games by an average of 28 points per game this year, and they've held opponents under 30 in 5 straight games. So they have raised the bar, they've raised the standard, they are playing to their abilities and what they want to achieve tonight, while on the other end, you have the hopeful, upset-minded West Point Beemer Cadets who are really wanting to pull off the upset tonight and walk away with the hardware after finding some success early on in the tournament, getting to this point tonight.
West Point Beemer beat Bancroft Rosalie in the semifinals on Thursday. They shot 40% from 3 in that one, which is uncharacteristic for them. 22% from beyond the arc as a team on the season, but that has been improving as the year's gone on. But you got to believe Coach Dolliver and Pender are going to try and maybe gamble a bit, force West Point Beemer to be a team that has to make those outside shots to try to get the win.
And, you know, if you want to look at this matchup historically, West Point has won 6 in a row over Pender, but their last loss came from 2014, so historically West Point has their name. This year definitely might not be the case considering Pender's success, but West Point Beemer had a little bit of trouble starting the season at 1-5, but they have since rebounded back, and now since going 1-5 to start, they've since gone 9-3, and so they're starting to pick up that momentum. This could be a whole different team since the beginning of the season, which is why I think this matchup's going to be especially interesting tonight.
Yeah, these two teams, despite being in the same conference, don't play each other every year necessarily, so they have not played in a few. This is their first meeting since 2021. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get starters, all the action. You're watching the East Husker Conference Championship on NCN.
A new year, a fresh start, a resolution to grow more, gain more, give more. The process is the same: plant, grow, harvest. But the way you do it is always evolving. And so are we, Aurora Cooperative. Grow, gain, give. Aurora and you.
Back at the East Husker Conference Championship at Central Community College in Columbus alongside Andrew Pfeiffer. I'm Eric McKay. So glad you could join us as we will crown some conference champs here in Platte County. Let's talk starting lineups tonight. You see the Pender Pendragon. Sorry, these are the West Point Cadets on the screen. Everybody's got the same color scheme tonight, so it's easy to get confused. There's the West Point Beemer starters. 4 of those starters were in double figures in their win over Bancroft Rosalie, including Addison Tell, who had a season-high 15 points in that win. Averages just shy of 5 a game. That was a huge thing for them to get that amount of offense from the 5'7" junior, a season and career high for her, for the Cadets on Thursday. Meanwhile, Pender, look, we talked about Maya Dolliver. This is about as complete a team as you're going to find. Avery Wegner is actually leader in rebounds and assists. She's on a 1,000-point watch tonight. She'll be playing basketball at Briar Cliff. Madeline Dolliver and Hadley Walsh also average in double figures. That's 4 starters averaging in double figures for a Class D1 squad. As Andrew mentioned, they have been beating teams this year by an average of 28 points per game. It isn't just that they're unbeaten, they have been largely unchallenged to this point, including beating the 4-time defending champs in North Bend Central twice this year, most recently on Thursday, a 16-point victory. And as impressive as their offense is, Andrew, their defense might be even more so. Like you mentioned, they've held their last 5 opponents under 30 points. They like to force turnovers, get out and run. They want transition layups out of turnovers, a full court press that has caused problems for so many teams this season.
Absolutely. They control the boards. They're aggressive on defense. Like you said, Eric, they like to generate those turnovers. It's going to be an exciting matchup for sure.
So Pender in the home whites, West Point Beemer in their road blacks. Either way, we're going to be getting a champ that we haven't seen in a long time in the East Husker Conference Championship, and away we go. West Point Beemer controlling the tip. That's Tell. Right side, Campbell, Snodgrass. Now top of the key. Anderson swung left side. Look, Pender's going to force enough turnovers, Andrew, without you giving them up unforced like that.
Yeah, and you can't let it get in your head early if you're West Point. A little miscommunication there off the wing, and Pender takes over.
Maya Dolliver runs point, gives to her sister Madeline. Both playing for their father and head coach. Shot erased. Offensive rebound, put back not there either for Avery Wegner, and back come the Cadets.
Cadets showing a little bit of aggressive defense of their own there. They're going to try to match the Pendragons defensively as far as aggressiveness goes.
Tell gets the call from Coach Taylor Shepard. Little down ball screen, opens some space. The runner from the left side might have been partially blocked. Great job on the rebound there by Kyla Kruzmark. Quickly the other way, there's that speed. Dolliver in too deep though, and the rebound to count. Back comes West Point Beemer. Still no score, minute gone by. Opening quarter of the championship. Left side, Maya Hunke. Gives to Snodgrass inside. Kalb quickly triple teamed, finds the open shooter, can't hit. Battle for the rebound, foul on the Cadets. That will be the first on Maya Hunke.
Yeah, and we're still sitting here scoreless, Eric, and that's just a testament to these teams' defenses, as the shots were there, but just off the mark slightly.
Saw a replay there, brought to you in part by Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care, incredibly close. Good cross-court pass, open triple, good from college range. That's Madeline Dolliver, 43% three-point shooter on the year. Cadets looking to answer. They clear, skip pass, too tall for everybody. Out of bounds, it'll go back to Pender. And Coach Shepard wants a timeout. We'll take one as well. Pender up early, 3-0. You're watching the East Husker Conference Championships on NCN.
Start your next journey with Woodhouse. Our commitment extends beyond just selling cars. We offer an unparalleled car buying experience that allows you to shop and buy all online. Explore an array of new brands, makes, and models, as well as our large selection of pre-owned vehicles. And it's easy to get started today with our streamlined purchasing process online, granting you the freedom to secure your next vehicle anytime, anywhere. Discover a better way to buy with Woodhouse.
First quarter of the East Husker Conference Championship brought to you by John Henry's. Their family serving yours. There's a look at Taylor Shepard, 6th year at the helm of this cadets program. She's taken them to state twice. The only two state trips ever for West Point Beemer have come with Taylor Shepard as head coach. Her cadets down 3 early on. Down low, Hadley Walsh looking for some space, finds the cutter. That's Kruzmark. Rolls it home. Kyla Kruzmark. She and her sister transferred to Pender from Wayne in the offseason. Both were set to be returning starters for the Blue Devils. This Pender team essentially had 6 returning varsity starters from a year ago.
And with that point, she's already surpassed her mark from last game, only putting up a single point. This time able to generate one more in the first.
Driving, taking on the double team, not there. Maya Dolliver the rebound off the miss by Snodgrass. Pender wasting no time into the front court. Skip pass left side. Maddie Dolliver up top to Wegner. Finds the cutter. Dolliver, great movement away from the ball. Iron unkind. And Snodgrass the board. West Point Beemer now looking for their first points. With a team as good defensively as Pender, you don't want to get too far down. That 3 finds nothing but the bottom from Allie Kaut. Now Pender into the front court. Skipped up top. Maddie Dolliver, too strong on that triple attempt. Rebound eventually corralled by Kaut. Kaut cut off baseline, skips it out. West Point will inbound. Cadets going to the bench for the first time into the game for West Point Beemer. Kenna Hughes in favor of Meg Anderson having a seat. So now West Point Beemer potentially tying or taking the lead here. Entry pass to Kaut. Well defended by Wagner, turned it over. Dolliver the steal. Now it's Walsh. Kicking out, mishandled on the three-point attempt, it was open. Wagner instead back inside to Walsh. Spins, fires, can't fill it up. Hughes gets the rebound. Halfway home first quarter, 2-point game. Left side Hughes. Dribble handoff to Tell. Now right side Snodgrass pestered up top. West Point Beemer really trying to attack the baseline early. Long 2 not there for Hunky, so she drives. Can't hit, follows her shot, kicks out but turns it over.
Gosh, almost had that finger roll. Would have been a nice looking shot, but it's unfortunate.
Transition triple not there for Wagner. She'll back it out. All 5 starters for Pender can hit from deep and are not shy about it. From the elbow, Wagner fouled. West Point Beemer doesn't like the call, but it's Avery Wagner, the senior, heading to the line. Here's another look at our Madison County Bank replay. Madison County Bank here to help you grow. As you might imagine, a team that's unbeaten, pretty good at shooting free throws. They make 2/3 of their attempts. Wagner gets the first. Wagner, the second best on the team, 76% from the land of the free, drills both. Our game tonight brought to you in part by Zoller Ford in Lincoln. 7-3 Pender with the lead. West Point Beemer. High screen. Kick back out. Pender doing a nice job defending the roll there. Now it's Hughes. Kicked up top, Snodgrass. Curls into the lane, kicks out, taken away. telegraphed the pass, and Cruz Mark stole it.
And there it is, that aggressive defense from Pender. Just being able to stand in the line and get those steals.
Walsh into the lane, picked up by 2 defenders. Dolliver off the up fake, cut off. Now it's Wegner in the lane. Beautifully done. Boy, they force you into so many defensive rotations. Finally got the matchup they wanted with Wegner out high. Wegner's first field goal, Pender up 6. Back up top it goes, Snodgrass. Tell looking inside, not there. They get it on the secondary cutter. Can't roll it home though, and the rebound pulled down by Wegner. Pender holding the 6-point lead early. The drive and dish, the open 3 from the wing. Nothing but the bottom for Madeline Dolliver. That's the driveway connection. The sisters hooking up, and West Point Beamer's got to talk it over. We'll take a timeout as well. 1:39 to go, first quarter. 9-point lead for the 1 seed. This is NCN.
It's not about the hours. It's not about the acres. It's about the legacy passed from one generation to the next. At Madison County Bank, we see your farming operation as a legacy, as a successful business, as a crucial part of the world's well-being. For over 130 years, Madison County Bank has stood beside farmers and ranchers in Northeast Nebraska. We have been and always will be here to help you grow. Madison County Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
Boy, Pender, they have so many players on offense that you have to worry about. Andrew Pfeiffer alongside Eric McKay. Andrew, for a defense, there's just so much you have to focus on. Eventually, a good shooter's going to get open.
Absolutely. You talked about that driveway connection between Madeline and Maya Dolliver. And I mean, who else is going to be able to coach them but their own father, Jason Dolliver? Having both of your daughters on the same team and being able to replicate shots like that.
Madeline Dolliver, she's hitting all those beyond the college line, by the way. Maybe auditioning for some scouts that might be on hand. She's only a sophomore, by the way. A bright future ahead. They've got 1,000-point scorer in the starting lineup. They'll have another one soon in Wegner. Good strong drive there by Allie Kalp. I gotta believe Madeline Dolliver will be on the 1,000-point watch as well. Back to a 10-point game. Boy, West Point Beamer needed that one. Ended the 10-0 Pendragon run. Wegner, beautiful give and go. What a feed. Dolliver, the benefactor, her first bucket.
Wagner to Donovan. Oh my goodness, that was just left me speechless.
Back to a 12-point lead for Pender. Working it around the corner. Dribble drive, floater in the lane, off the mark, rebound to Walsh. Now Walsh pushing the tempo. Extra pass, Wegner wants 3. Too strong, and a foul on the rebound. That'll be on Dolliver. Dolliver's first, but again, I mean, this is, your post player generally is on the receiving end of those, but when you're able to run those in reverse like that with the post feeding the cutting guard, well, that's an offense that has a lot of options. Only 4 seconds for West Point Beamer here. They got to hurry one up. At the buzzer, doesn't go. And at the end of one, the unbeaten top seed dominant early. It's 17-5. You're watching the East Husker Conference Championships on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is sponsored by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. Columbus Motor Company, where you'll find one low price, plain and simple, always. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Hey there, sports fans. Looking for a winning play to make your game day complete? Look no further than Speedy Mart, your family-owned neighborhood convenience store. Score big with the wide range of snacks, drinks, and fuel for the road that will keep the whole crew cheering. And here's the kicker. Our friendly atmosphere and convenient location make every visit a slam dunk. So rally the family and head to Speedy Mart for the ultimate game day experience.
Second quarter brought to you by O Street Carpet. Thanks for the support. Steve Carper and the crew at O Street Carpet. Back at Central Community College in Columbus, Nebraska, alongside Andrew Pfeiffer. I'm Eric McKay. Andrew, Pender, good as advertised early on.
Oh, absolutely. They got on that 10-0 run early in the first, Eric, and they've just been able to keep that momentum going since. And West Point's had a couple of baskets here and there, but Pender's just widening that gap.
It's going to be important for West Point to have a strong second quarter here. The thing about Pender is they can burn clock as well. They're very good ball handlers, do not turn the ball over well, or very often. That three from Dolliver rolls home. Maya Dolliver with 5. Boy, Pender is hitting from deep early on.
And I mean,
4 of 6.
They're leading by 15 points, but you can really tell offensively they're taking their time with their possessions, just trying to melt as much clock as possible. You wouldn't predict that they're up 13 points with the style or at least the pace of which their offense moves, but they find those shots.
There's a quick trigger triple at the other end, too strong. Rebound save, Dolliver has it, good hustle. Straightaway triple try, in and out. This rebound will, oh, what a play there by Hadley Walsh. Maya Hunke was just going to let it go out of bounds, and Walsh said, I don't think so. So it's Dolliver. Looking down low, tough pass, handled by Wegner. Backs it out, West Point Beemer in a 1-3-1, which will leave those corner threes open. And Madeline Dolliver's gonna hit him. 4 for 5 from beyond the arc. And a turnover at the other end. Kruzmark, secondary break. Transition triple. Oh my goodness. More threes than a Dale Earnhardt fan convention. Pender's up 19.
And they just keep piling it on. It is raining threes here in Columbus.
West Point Beemer trying to survive the onslaught. Excellent pass from the baseline. That's a beautiful feed from Snodgrass. Mia Hunke's first bucket. West Point Beemer within 15. Now Pender looking inside. The spin, good footwork. That's picture perfect. Avery Wegner showing you how it's done on the low block.
She averages just shy of under 13 points per game and one of the leading scorers. She's showing you why right there.
19-point lead for Pender. Kalp. Picked up by Wegner. Skipped into the lane, has it knocked back at her and turned over. Pendragon defense relentless. Wegner thought 3, thought better of it. The crossover finds some space off the rim into the arms of Kalp. Kalp wants to take it herself. Pender got back and got the steal. That's great transition defense by the Pendragon. Now Dolliver. Oh, one-on-one, that's a tough ask. Dolliver makes him pay with the left hand. Maya Dolliver with 7.
And if you give Dolliver an open lane, you're going to suffer the consequences. She is quick to the rim.
Entry pass mishandled, but kicked out for the 3 that finds the bottom. Boy, Allie Kalp is playing well, already in double figures. Oh, Pender, nobody got back to receive the ball. A mistake for the Pendragons. They're able to work out of it. Try to make something of it. Drawing the fouls, Hadley Walsh. She'll head to the line. Hey, folks, stick around. We got our halftime show coming up. You'll see some halftime highlights brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Sartor Heyman will help make your jewelry dreams come true. Even on the place where things don't go right for Pender, they find a way to make it go right as they get to the line.
Well, you know, I was going to say they may have had that miscommunication just a little bit ago, but I mean, to no difference. I mean, it didn't really matter. They were able to just kind of recover, reset, and generate some points off of this as Walsh is 71% from the free throw line and goes 2 for 2.
Allie Reuter in the game for Pender. Pender does not go particularly deep on the bench, basically a 7-player rotation. Reuter, a very good bench player for them, though. Looking for room is Snodgrass, shot off the mark, out of bounds to Pender. Madeline Dolliver returns to the game, as does Wegner. Hadley Walsh, Maya Dolliver will have a seat. $20-point lead for the top seed. Madeline Dolliver will get a chance to run point with Maya on the bench. Here's Wegner. She had 17 and 5 in that semifinal victory over North Bend Central on Thursday. Sets the screen on the wing. Kick to Reuter. Back out Wegner. Has to regather. Drives. And puts it up and in. Incredible body control. What a shot.
I'm just impressed with Pender's shot selection. I mean, they're smart. They take their time when they see something that may not be open. They'll hold, they'll continue, they'll find something better, and it's just worked out in their favor.
Kalp thought 3, has it poked away. Both teams trying to hustle. He'll get a held ball. Possession arrow will keep it with West Point Beemer. Boy, Kalp hit the deck hard. Looks like she's okay.
Yeah, and Coach Shepard is not happy with that exchange that just happened. You could see her run, kind of yelling to the opposite side of the court. You wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that.
I think she thought maybe there was a foul as they were diving for the ball. But we play on. Entry pass to Kalp. The drive and kick. Boy, they've been open on the wing, but the passes haven't been crisp. They haven't gotten any clean looks off. Entry pass knocked away, and the foul. That'll be on Walsh. Stick around, folks. We got our halftime show coming up. That's brought to you by Columbus Community Hospital, where your health is their top priority. Snodgrass finds some room, has to kick out, though. Skipped up top to Anderson. Right side, Snodgrass draws damage. Good aggressive drive. Campbell Snodgrass, the 5'7" junior, heads to the line.
She has a 59% free throw percentage, so fairly good from the line there, and so she'll have to deal with the noise of this Pender student section.
Both student sections have shown out tonight. Pender even had a theme. They got the jerseys out there. I always like to see, all right, what's the coolest, most obscure jersey? Not a lot of obscure jerseys. There is a Vince Carter Raptor, a Larry Bird one, which would be near and dear to the heart of the great Lou Siefker. Both free throws no good. Rebound by Jayla Kruzmark. Pender up 22. Wegner. There's that footwork again. Maybe foul called on the floor. They say not in the act of shooting. That'll be the first foul on Kaup. Only 4 fouls called this entire quarter. Not a lot of foul trouble to be had. Dolliver off the down ball screen. A lot of the foul on the extension. Missed it out of bounds. It'll go to West Point Beemer. So Pender, they have been just torrid from beyond the arc. They're shooting 70% from 3. 7 for 10. Right side for West Point Beemer, that's Katrina Moyer seeing her first action. Shuffles the feet. And it goes back to the Pendragons. Here you see Coach Jason Dolliver. 6th year at the helm. 112 wins to just 41 losses. First one last year. He's a Stanton grad, so he played at an East Husker school. Also played football at Wayne State for a little while, got hurt. Ended up going to UNL, got his teaching degree, and followed his father, Dennis, into coaching. Dennis was a coach for a long time. Stanton, Blair, AD at Norfolk and Wayne. The Dolliver family done a lot of good in sports in the state of Nebraska. Of course, John Dolliver working with the NSAA. The foul called on the entry pass there on the floor.
Yeah, Eric, you talk about Jason Dolliver in his 6th year. I mean, pretty reputable at 112 and 41, especially not having a loss since dating back to last season. I mean, that whole family is finding the connections to keep this basketball program just on an absolute roll.
Wagner rolling to the hoop, can't get it to go. Gross the rebound. Back down low to Kaup. Reverses the lane, kicks out for the open triple try. Short. Followed her shot though. Snodgrass off the window. How did that not go down? It'll be Pender basketball. And going back to the Dolliver family, Dennis Dolliver, Jason's father was a state champion coach at Blair in girls basketball, so both father and son have won titles. Oh my goodness, we got a player down. And a turnover call. The player is down and hurt for West Point Beemer. Olivia Gross slow to get up, might have twisted an ankle or maybe a knee, not putting a lot of weight on that right leg at all. Coach Shepard on to help her off. Lost her footing trying to defend the crossover. But the turnover will give it back to West Point Beemer. Final minute of the first half. Here's Kaup. She has all but 2 of West Point Beemer's points. Good ball movement here. Open triple from the corner. Missed everything. Kaup the rebound.
And you can really tell by Pender's defense that they're not letting them drive the lane. They're keeping 3 girls down inside under the hoop, forcing West Point to shoot from wide or beyond the arc.
Pender will try to get one up to beat the buzzer. Wagner, too strong. Other than that, things have gone pretty well for the Pendragons over the first 16 minutes. As we head to the half, your score, Pender 34, West Point Beemer 12. This is the East Husker Conference Championship on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
At Zollner Ford, come and see our great selection of new Ford vehicles. Whether you're looking to buy new or you need a car serviced, it's our pleasure to assist you. Our online website makes shopping even easier. Browse our massive inventory of vehicles or schedule your next maintenance appointment. We even offer drop-off and pickup services. Stop by today or visit us online at zollnerofbeatrice.com.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Stop by your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. USAFE Pharmacy, dedicated to the well-being of all our customers. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln, meeting your sales, service, and parts needs.
When it comes to you and your family's health, you deserve the best. At Faith Regional Physician Services, we're proud to have over 125 providers that come highly recommended by their previous patients. Don't just take our word for it, though. Trust the over 500 verified patients who left 5-star reviews in just the last year. Our team of surgeons and specialists have years of training and expertise to ensure you receive compassionate, exceptional care that exceeds your expectations every time. Whether you receive care in Norfolk or one of the over 20 other communities across Nebraska that our providers see patients, we are committed to delivering unparalleled care at a place that is convenient for you. When you choose our providers, you can feel confident that your health and wellness are their top priority. Faith Regional Physician Services. Experience the faith difference.
Fields, farms, communities. That's Farmers Pride. Our purpose is simple. We help farmers feed the world. We bring value to our communities by investing in what matters to people. Because we are from here, work here, and live here. We believe in cooperatives, locally owned, locally operated, and locally controlled. In the field, on your farm, in your community. That's Farmers Pride.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
At Faith Regional Rehabilitation Therapies, we are here for you every step of the way on your journey to recovery and growth. Our new location allows our team of expert physical, occupational, and speech therapists to guide you through a personalized journey to recover at the largest facility in Northeast Nebraska. Designed with your comfort and goals in mind, our facility features the most innovative equipment, a top-of-the-line pool for aquatic therapy, large private exam rooms, a full functioning living space to simulate in-home therapy, and a complete sports performance area featuring 40 yards of turf. Whether you are recovering from an injury or surgery, aiming for peak performance, or just wanting to move pain-free, our therapists are your partners in progress, providing one-to-one sessions every time. Faith Regional Rehabilitation Therapies. Personalized recovery and growth is the Faith difference.
Halftime here at Central Community College in Columbus. What a performance by the top seed alongside Andrew Pfeiffer. I'm Eric McKay. Well, Andrew, I guess there's a reason they're unbeaten, right? Pender dominant in the early going, a 22-point lead at the half. Here's the weird part, though, and we'll bring up our highlights here. The weird part, they're missing layups. They're 3 of 14 inside the arc, but they're 7 of 10 beyond the arc, and that's been the difference. As we take a look at these highlights quickly, brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Sartor Heyman has stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones that can be found at their Lincoln and Grand Island locations. But, Andrew, I think if you're West Point Beamer, you kind of hang your hat on that. Their interior defense has been solid. Just, can you count on potentially Pender missing some of these shots that have been open? That could be the difference in the second half.
And I think that's kind of what they're going to have to rely on, is just Pender starting to get cold from beyond the arc, but I don't think there's any sign of that coming anytime soon. You have the Dolliver sisters, who have just been absolutely lights out. You have Wagner on the other end also, who's been super lights out when she's gotten the opportunity to shoot. And she's just, this whole offense, they just have a whole bunch of well-rounded athletes. I don't really see an opportunity for them slowing down tonight. But West Point, like you said, has done a good job down low, but it's just getting those shots to miss from beyond the arc, which, looking at the numbers, doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Well, the thing about Pender's offense that stands out is the way their offense runs. They constantly keep defenses in rotation, the constant ball movement. There's no stagnation. Somebody's going to be open at some point, and that's why, as a team, this Pendragon squad shooting 38% from three. As a team this season, that's incredible. Pro teams want that number, right? That's an incredible mark, and it shows you how difficult it is, because you can't game plan for one or two players. You got to game plan for all five.
And I mean, they can hurt you with shooting beyond the arc, but at the same time, if you give Dolliver or even Wagner a lane or two, I mean, they're quick to the lane. They're able to get those shots in off the glass. Granted, they've only hit, like you said, Eric, was it 3 tonight?
3 of 14 from inside the arc.
3 of 14, but don't count them out yet physically, especially down low. I mean, they have the quickness and the speed to be able to hurt you down low if they want to. They're just finding more success from beyond the arc, and so that's where they're going to try to hurt West Point.
Pender's up 34-12 at the break. Somebody call animal control. We got a pest in the building. 22-point lead, second half coming up. You've been watching the Columbus Community Hospital halftime show on NCN.
That is literally the funniest thing ever.
And then I said,
it wasn't, but this guy could use a win. Even if it's not as big of a win as I get with free Kasasa Cash checking. Kasasa Cash pays me a really high rate and refunds ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. So I feel like a queen. Has a mega bank ever made you feel that way? Or is it more like this guy? Take back banking with Kasasa Cash.
Get Kasasa checking at Liberty First Credit Union.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you got to check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you've got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
Getting set for the start of the third quarter. All right, that's talent. Look, I don't care who you are. If you're bouncing around on your head, I mean, that's what it can feel like having to defend Pender. It feels like you're just getting turned around on your head at times. That's the effect that the Pendragons can have on you. That is an intimidating thing to have on the baseline. I'm not going to lie to you. 34-12, Pender with the lead as we get set to start the second half of the East Husker Conference Championship game alongside Andrew Pfeiffer. I'm Eric McKay. There you see the unbeaten Pender Pendragons. They are as advertised. They had 4 starters returning from last year's defending champs, and then the Cruzmark family moved to town. They were in Wayne, ended up transferring to Pender, so Kyla and Jayla Cruzmark, who were set to be starters for the Blue Devils this year, now also at Pender. This team is loaded, and they dropped down a class. They were C2 last year. They're D1 this year. Now, that's not going to be a cakewalk. They will find that out, by the way, this Tuesday. After this tournament, they get Guardian Angel Central Catholic, the number 2 team in Class D1, who, oh, by the way, is playing for the Mid-State Conference Championship as we speak. Offensive rebound put back good. That's Hadley Walsh off the Avery Wagner miss. So Pender Got to believe Coach Dolliver at halftime stressed getting the ball inside, getting more high percentage looks, given the number of missed layups they had over the first 2 quarters. West Point Beemer. Avery Kaup played really, really well in that first half. She had 10 points and 4 rebounds. She has all but 2 of West Point Beemer's points. She drew the foul there on Hadley Walsh. That's Walsh's second. Pass up top mishandled. Regathered and now over to Snodgrass. Trying to stream past the double. They'll get Wagner with the reach in on the blow by. That'll be Wagner's first. Oh, correction, they called that on Kruzmark. My apologies. So West Point Beemer will inbound. Can they find some offensive rhythm? That's been difficult. Kaup in the corner. Skip pass, Hunky from mid-range. Missed everything. And there for the rebound is Walsh. Good ball movement again. Open corner triple. Nothing but the bottom. It's Kyla Kruzmark getting in on the act.
Do you think don't you think Coach Dolliver was just saying, hey, I want you guys to be able to score those points inside, and then they get the one-on-one possession. Like, okay, now I feel better. You guys can shoot from beyond the arc now.
Kyla Kruzmark, the 5th different Pendragon to hit a 3 in this game. Wagner among them. Skip pass right side, Madeline Dolliver. She leads all scorers with 12 right now, but Wagner can't give her that much room. Wagner, the senior, now in double figures. And taken away by Dolliver. Dolliver cuts, receives the pass, splits the defense. Wow, what a shot by Maya Dolliver. Showing why she is a returning All-Stater. First team in Class C2 last year. Quick catch and shoot triple off the mark. Dolliver the rebound. Wheels starting to wobble on the cadet cart. Wagner wants the reverse lay-in. Rebound to Hunky. Hunky open. 3 in and out. Hadley Walsh clears it. Now Dolliver gets the high screen from Wagner. Kicks to Kruzmark. Back to Dolliver, her 3. Little short. Running rebound cleared by Addison Tell. Hunky over the outstretched arm of Walsh, or rather Wagner. Battle for the rebound. They're going to call the tie-up. Possession arrow will keep it with West Point Beemer. And my goodness, Kaup hits the deck again hard for the second time tonight. You see it on the replay there. Ow. 4:45 to go in our third quarter, which is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. Kaup trying to clear her way into the lane. She vacates now. Off the crossover, backing out in the empty corner is Tell. Kaup had position left block. They didn't find her. Instead, it's Snodgrass in the lane. Kaup wants 3. Off the mark, might have been partially blocked. Scrum for the rebound. Kaup out with it. Great effort from the senior. And the timeout called. We'll take one as well. Pender up big in the East Husker Championship. You're watching NCN.
Other companies have the revolving door. Every time we come into Schaefer's, it's always the same people. And the big thing to me is they know you by name. They know who you are, which makes a person like myself feel just warm and welcome here. And that's what's great about Schaefer's.
Schaefer's has the essential Whirlpool appliances you need, from refrigerators and air fry ranges to laundry pairs to keep your clothes clean and sanitized at everyday low prices. At Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances.
Coverage of the East Husker Conference Championship on News Channel Nebraska, brought to you in part by Zollner Ford in Lincoln. Coach Taylor Shepard trying to diagnose a way to get back in this thing. Her team down 31 in the East Husker Conference Championship. Alongside Andrew Pfeiffer, I'm Eric McKay. Top of the key, this is Kenna Hughes. Had to rethink things and traveled. Great defense there on ball by Maya Dolliver. And we talk so often about what Pender does offensively, but Andrew, West Point Beemer only has 12 points. This defense pretty good too.
I mean, they haven't even scored once since halftime. And maybe change things up here, maybe. But that aggressive defense, just like that, just from Pender, just playing aggressively, not allowing them to put up any shots for that matter. I mean, they're scoreless the second half so far.
It's the effort, it's the hustle, just on that, what we just saw there, the ability to get back in defense on transition. West Point Beemer retaining possession, but nothing coming easy when you play against Pender. Kalp trying to curl in the lane, that's denied by Walsh. High screen now for Snodgrass. Too strong on the triple. Battle for the rebound, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cadets. Back in the game for Pender, Jayla Cruzmark. Allie Reuter in as well for the Penn Dragons. No points off the bench for Pender. In fact, no points off the bench for either team. Great inbound play there. Allie Kalp now with 12. Maya Dolliver calling out the play. Wagner curling top of this key. Crosses left, back right. Fades away, fills it up. Not sure there's anything you can do about that, Andrew. Wagner now with 12. Back to a 31-point advantage and a steal. Taken away by Cruzmark. Dolliver shading right. Here's Wagner. Thought about a borderline NBA three. Instead, kicks to a wide open look. Good closeout. Cruzmark swung back up top. Always hunting for the open shooter. In and out. And the rebound to Moyer. Great play at the other end. Another bucket for Allie Kalp. She has 14 of her team's 16 points. Now Wagner decides to face up on a triple. Kalp the rebound. In the lane, miscommunication taken away by Reuter. Jayla Cruzmark will set it up for Pender. 2 minutes to go, third quarter. East Husker Conference Championship. Pender trying to win their first conference title in a decade. West Point Beemer won it 5 years ago, 2019. En route to what was their first ever appearance in the state tournament. Wagner can't get the shot to go, then a foul called on the rebound attempt by Cruzmark. Let's see what West Point Beemer can cook up here. Final 90 seconds of the third quarter. Mishandled, out of bounds to Pender. You know, I feel like, Andrew, what Pender does defensively, they kind of get in your head a little bit, they can force a lot of those unforced errors just by their presence, their defensive presence.
It also doesn't help that you have a 10-foot dragon on the other end looking at you.
That's true. That's really essentially like a sixth defender out there is Avery Wegner. Good strong drive. She leads all scorers now with 14. Good entry pass, good position, and one. Mia Hunke. Might be the best half-court possession we've seen out of West Point Beemer all night.
She is just one of two of the West Point Beemer players that have actually even put up any points tonight. Her alongside Kopp, that is.
Yeah, Hunke has struggled a bit from the field in this one. That was just her second made field goal, short on the free throw. Great effort. Putback doesn't go, but a foul called. How about Olivia Gross? Look, they're down big, but they're not giving up. Like to see the effort there, and it's good for West Point Beamer fans to see Olivia Gross back out there after she went down with that injury earlier. Free throw off the mark. West Point Beamer, a 59% free throw shooting team on the season. Gross short arms the second. It'll be Pender basketball.
And you can just kind of tell that Pender's just having a lot of fun at this point. And I mean, granted, you have to keep your head in the game for all four quarters, but they can afford to take riskier shots, and you can just tell their offense.
If you're wondering why they're feeding Avery Wegner, she is just a few points away from 1,000 on her career. She has attempted 1 point away. She has attempted 8 shots this quarter. They are desperately trying to get her that 1,000. Shot blocked. Here's Wegner in transition. Screen for Dolliver. Wegner backs down. She'll give it up. Now Wegner backing down, in on Kopp. Tough shot there, doesn't go. And the rebound to Olivia Gross. You know, you can kind of press. You can sort of force things when you're close to a milestone like that. Three-pointer at the buzzer doesn't fall. Well, about the only drama left in this game. Will Avery Wegner get to 1,000 points? Pender's up big. You're watching NCN.
When it comes to you and your family's health, you deserve the best. At Faith Regional Physician Services, we're proud to have over 125 providers that come highly recommended by their previous patients. Don't just take our word for it, though. Trust the over 500 verified patients who left 5-star reviews in just the last year. Our team of surgeons and specialists have years of training and expertise to ensure you receive compassionate, exceptional care that exceeds your expectations every time. Whether you receive care in Norfolk or one of the over 20 other communities across Nebraska that our providers see patients, we are committed to delivering unparalleled care at a place that is convenient for you. When you choose our providers, you can feel confident that your health and wellness are their top priority. Faith Regional Physician Services. Experience the faith difference.
Fourth quarter at the East Husker Conference Tournament, that brought to you by Visit Lincoln. See and experience all that Lincoln has to offer. Discover more at lincoln.org. Avery Wegner, the senior, headed to Briarcliff College, 999 career points. She'll run point for Pender, who are up big, about to hoist the East Husker Conference crown. Out of bounds, it goes to West Point Beamer. Andrew, you can tell they are desperately trying to get her that 1,000th point.
And I think you said it best, Derek, before we went to break. I think the biggest headline now is she going to be able to accomplish that? And you can just kind of tell, like, they just keep feeding her the ball. They want her to hit that milestone, but Cadets have 7 minutes and 43 seconds to prevent that. But if I were to predict, I would say I think she gets it tonight. But
she has 14 points tonight. She attempted 9 shots in the third quarter alone. They were feeding her the rock. Pass tipped away, taken away by Dolliver.
All eyes turn. Where's Wagner?
Yeah, there she is. Receives the ball top of the key. Picked up by Kalp. You've got the best on-ball defender guarding her. That's been the problem. Now Dolliver, little motion offense. Cruise mark. Curls into the lane. Kicks Wagner. Turns the corner. Got it. There's the 1,000. The crowd erupts. You saw the signs. They got balloons. Avery Wagner celebrated by the Pender faithful here as she gets the and one.
What a gritty shot off the glass, too.
On a class move by Coach Dolliver, calling a timeout so they can celebrate the achievement as well. We'll take a timeout also. Congratulations to Avery Wagner. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, lawn and garden tractor, or gator, every piece of equipment in our inventory is ready to work hard for your operation. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or learn more at landmarkimp.com to experience the Landmark difference.
Oh, nope.
Wagner now at the line trying to complete the three-point play, trying to get point 1,002 in her career. Pender with a 31-point lead here on News Channel Nebraska. Free throw in and out. Battle for the rebound won by the Cadets. That's Snodgrass out with it. Well, that's the biggest headline, probably the 1,000 points now, but Pender is just 7 minutes away from hoisting their first conference trophy in basketball in 10 years and clinching their 28th consecutive victory. Going back to last year, kicked out. It will stay with West Point Beamer. So you've got 2,000-point scorers on the floor right now for Pender. Maya Dolliver did it last year. Like we said, I'll bet Madeline Dolliver will get there before too long. Oh, they didn't beat the 5. This will go back to Pender.
I was just going to say, Eric, I mean, they're only a year apart. I mean, they put up similar numbers. There's no doubt that we could be seeing another celebration similar to this within the coming season or so.
Now Pender, be interesting to see what they do offensively. They were basically running their offense to get Avery Wagner the points. Now they kind of get back to their normal sets, which honestly includes Avery Wagner quite often. She does lead them in scoring tonight with 16. Walsh short on the 3. The rebound to Snodgrass. But boy, this Pender team, when you talk about handicapping the Class D1 field, hard to find a lot of weaknesses in this team. They are as advertised and are every bit the favorite that a lot of folks have thought them to be since the beginning, as Walsh swats the Snodgrass offering. Skipped right side to Dolliver. Back up top, Wagner wants 3. Oh, she's feeling it now. She says, I'm going to get to 2,000. All right, probably not, but she's been fantastic tonight. Now 19 points to lead all scorers. Entry pass Kalp, who we cannot stress enough has played really, really well tonight in a tough game for West Point Beamer. She's a player. And they just ran into a buzzsaw on the Penn Dragons this evening. Another turnover. Jayla Cruzmark swung right side. Wagner. Dolliver thought 3. Got a step. Walsh takes the triple. Rattles it home over the outstretched arm of Mia Hunke.
The shots are still answering for Pender. You'd think they'd cool off a little bit by now with 5 minutes left to go in the fourth, but shots keep falling.
37-point lead, it potentially running clock now in the East Husker Conference Championship. That just doesn't happen. Such a competitive conference, but Pender has just been far and away above everybody so far this season. That long three missed everything. Hunky the rebound. She can't get the shot up, though. Out of bounds, it will go to West Point. Hey, folks, stick around after the game. We'll talk to our winning head coach. That interview brought to you by Sarpy County Tourism. Starting to get some subs into the game for West Point Beemer. Kenna Hughes checks in. Ellie Bruning in for the first time. And subs coming in for Pender as well. Hughes drives, kicks, taken away by Walsh. Hadley Walsh has played really well defensively for Pender today. She's able to keep it alive. Now Pender's got to hurry to get it across the timeline here. Able to do so. Dolliver in the corner. Wanted to go baseline, but lost the handle out of bounds. So it goes to West Point Beemer as we get a fresh 5 in for Pender. Giselle Leggett checking in. Aniston Geisert is in. Also in there, Allie Reuter. Kaylee Schrader checking into the contest for the Pendragons. Riley Mosser is in the game as well. Out of bounds, it will go back to Pender. Also in the game for West Point Beemer, Kalia Hickey. Seeing her first action, Katrina Moyer has returned to the contest as well. So some sub time here late in the East Husker Conference Championship, which will go to the Pender Pendragons. They'll get to 20-0 on the year. Long two from the wing, no. And the rebound eventually tracked down by Kenna Hughes. It gets no easier for them. They're the number 1 team in D1. They've got number 2 coming up this Tuesday, Guardian Angel Central Catholic. That's a measuring stick game in Class D1. Now Hughes forces one up through contact. She'll head to the line. Foul called on Leggett.
You know what, I think if you're Coach Dolliver, you can celebrate tonight and you can really relish the fact that Wagner was able to get that 1,000-point mark, but also at the same time, you got to turn right back around and go play the number 2 team in the state. So they're going to have their postseason busy especially, but they're going to be coming off some high momentum following tonight.
And as I mentioned, Guardian Angel Central Catholic is playing for the Mid-State Conference Championship in Norfolk this evening. I've not seen an update on that score. Kenna Hughes splits the pair. The Mid-State, very much like the East Husker, a conference with a lot of championship history. In particular, the last decade or so. Good turnaround jumper falls for Briley Mosher. And foul called fighting through the screen there. Leggett called for the foul. Top of the key, this is Ellie Bruning, giving right side Moyer. Pass tipped out. It will stay with West Point Beemer. Don't forget, we've got the boys championship coming up. West Point Beemer fans aren't going anywhere. They're going to hang around, see if their cadets, who've been upset-minded in the boys bracket as well, can knock off the number 2 seed North Bend Central Tigers. Rebound to Geisert off the miss by Bruning in the front court, tipped out. It will stay Pender basketball. West Point Beemer, the 7 seed in girls, made the championship. The West Point Beemer boys, the 8 seed, they made the title. Kaylee Schrader gets her first bucket of the ball game. Now we'll have running clock for the rest of this contest.
And if you're West Point Beemer, I mean, yeah, tonight didn't go your way, and it was not really a loss that tastes probably very good. Neither does any loss, but by this margin. but you have to at least hang your hat on the fact that, hey, you were able to get to the East Husker Conference Championship, and, you know, that's a milestone that you can go off of for the remainder of your season.
That 3 falls for Kenna Hughes. West Point and Pender both will send some more subs in. And let's not forget, Andrew, again, they started the year 1-5. Even with this loss, now they're 10-9. That's a great mid-season turnaround. It's not about how you play in December. It's about how you play in February and March. And right now, the Cadets are playing pretty good basketball.
And if anything, it's just going to set them up for, hey, this is one of the best teams in the state, and they'll know what that experience is like. And so nothing can get any really, truthfully, more competitive than this. And they'll be able to set a standard for themselves to be able to allow themselves to get more wins later on in the season.
Katrina Moyer, the rebound off the Megan Breitbarth miss. Breitbarth seeing her first action. Lydia Felber is in the game for Pender as well. Haley Recker seeing her first action for West Point Beemer, as is Melissa Recker. That shot off. Rebound eventually hauled in by Mosier. McKenna Hughes playing hard still in this final minute. Right side baseline drive, Kylie Raber out of bounds. And it'll go back to West Point Beemer. The Cadets back in action Tuesday on the road against Madison. Hard to believe we are just basically a week and a half away from the postseason beginning in girls basketball. Sub-district brackets will come out this week. And before you know it, we'll be at the state tournament down in Lincoln once again. Good turnaround in the lane, off the mark. And the rebound pulled in by Breitbart. Loose ball. Pender out with it eventually. 10 seconds to go before we break out the scissors and the ladders. Actually, probably not. Central probably just wants to keep their nets as is. That shot by Mosier wraps it up. Pender, the champs in the East Husker Conference. Your final, 61-22. Post-game show on the way. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
Working in a bank, I understand interest. I mean, farmers are putting out a lot of money to put this crop in the ground, and the quicker that we can get that money back in their pocket to shut down those interest payments, the better. The money that we've invested in our drone technology has allowed our producers to be paid more accurately, more timely when the adjusters come. A lot of the work's already done for them, so it's basically them just talking it over with the farmer, making sure everybody's on the same page and the check's in the mail.
I was given a prescription opioid pain medication that lasted a lot longer than the pain itself, and within only a few months, I was completely addicted. I lost everything, and I started to watch my life slip away. These drugs are addictive. One prescription can be all it takes to lose everything.
Life is a wild ride. It's important to have a trusted partner along the way. Liberty First Credit Union exists to provide its members with affordable financial services. Whether it is a large purchase, a new car or home remodel, overcoming obstacles, or chasing your dreams, financing life is what we do best. Give us a call or visit libertyfirstcu.com.
Other companies have the revolving door. Every time we come into Schaefer's, it's always the same people. And the big thing to me is they know you by name. They know who you are, which makes a person like myself feel just warm and welcome here. And that's what's great about Schaefer's.
Schaefer's has the essential Whirlpool appliances you need, from refrigerators and air fry ranges to laundry pairs to keep your clothes clean and sanitized at everyday low prices. At Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances.
They're cutting down the nets in Columbus. Pender. Everybody gets a piece of the net. The Pendragons win their first East Husker Conference title in 10 years after a 61-22 victory. Let's take a look at our top plays, brought to you in part by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? All you need is Currency. Visit gocurrency.com. It's the East Husker Conference Championship. Unbeaten Pender taking on 7th-seeded West Point Beamer. The Cadets have been on quite a run of late, but Pender is a tall order as they do a lot of things well, including shoot from the outside. They were 7 of 10 from 3 in the first half. That's Madeline Dolliver with 3 of her 12 first-half points. West Point Beamer can shoot, though. How about Allie Kaup? She played really well for the Cadets. Brings them back within 2. But Pender keeps rolling. More from Dolliver and more from the outside. Dolliver only missed 1 3 the entire evening. And Pender with a lead by 12 after 1. Second quarter, more outside shooting. This time, Maya Dolliver. 3 of her 7 first-half points. Pender starting to extend their lead. Great ball movement sets up Madeline Dolliver again. West Point Beamer trying to find an answer. Allie Kaup again had all but 2 of her team's first-half points, but it's Pender up big, 34-12 at the break. We go to the second half now. Guess what? Pender making more three-pointers. This isn't all they do, but they can do it pretty well. Kyla Kruzmark, 3 of her 5 points on the evening. And the Pendragons rolling. More from the inside now. Avery Wagner, she was the leading scorer, had 19 points. More on her in a minute. West Point Beamer trying to get something going. Good strong move down low by Mia Hunke to draw the end one. She had 4 points on the night, but it's Pender up big as we head to the fourth quarter. Big night for Avery Wagner. That shot right there gets her 1,000 in her storied career. The senior had 19 points to lead all scorers, and she wasn't done. Finished the night with 1,004 points after that 3, and Pender wins big, 61-22. The Pendragons, the champs in the East Husker Conference. And those top plays brought to you in part by Elkhorn Valley Bank. For all your banking needs, Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust. There is a difference. Time now for our coach's post-game interview, brought to you by Sarpy County Tourism. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com. Coach Jason Dolliver standing by with Andrew Pfeiffer.
5 here, down here courtside with our East Husker Conference Championship winner, Coach Jason Dolliver. Coach, I mean, hey, you're champions. You came in here, you were telling me before the interview, the less stress, the better. What's it like being a champion?
Feels pretty good. It's one of those feelings that you want every time you step out on the court.
And I want to talk about probably one of the bigger storylines, aside from the dominating win. Avery Wagner hit that 1,000-point mark. What was that exchange like during that timeout, and what does it mean to you to be able to have her achieve that milestone tonight?
I'm just so proud of her. Avery's, what people don't know is how hard she works, and I've seen it. I know the time that she's put in to be the basketball player that she is and the athlete that she is, and it just makes me so proud whenever you can see hard work pay off. I've known that girl since she was just a little tiny girl, and the only bad thing is that she's a senior. We're going to miss her a lot, so just trying to enjoy every moment that we have left.
And Coach, enjoying moments like tonight, especially. You're going to have a great night tonight, obviously, but looking ahead forward, next up you got the number 2 ranked team, Guardian Angels Central Catholic. What's your mindset going into that game and for the remainder of the season after tonight?
Yeah, you know, tonight, like we say it a lot, tonight's just one step in our journey, and it's an important step, but once it's over and done with, we need to focus on what's coming next, and we have a huge game on Tuesday night against a perennial power, a team that's always at the state tournament, a team that they're extremely good, and we're going to have our hands full. I know that. They're well coached, and they got a lot of good players on their side, so we'll do our best to be ready.
Well, Coach, congratulations on your win tonight, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll bring on our player of the game. She has quite the big storyline tonight, Avery Wagner. Hey, 1,000 points. How does it feel?
Feels really good.
And, you know, what did it take? I mean, Coach was saying he's known you since you were just a little tiny girl, and now getting to this point as a senior, hitting that 1,000-point mark. What was that exchange like when they called the timeout and you were just hugging your coaches and your teammates on the bench there?
Yeah, it was definitely very emotional. This is something I've dreamt of ever since I was a little kid. So to see all the hard work that me and my teammates have put in and being able to do it with my best friends on my side, it's just the best feeling.
And you guys dominated tonight, and you guys were running away with this game just since the beginning. And what attributed to the success tonight on offense and defense, both sides of the floor?
Yeah, well, we knew coming to this game it was going to be very tough and very difficult. We knew we were going to have to work together because West Point was very solid. But our team prides ourselves on our defense, so we really just come out and focus on that, and that led to easy baskets on offense.
And you guys are going to celebrate tonight, obviously, with an incredible conference win. But coming up next, you have Guardian Angels Central Catholic, the #2 ranked team in the state. And so you're going to have your hands full here coming up in the next week. So what's your mindset and preparation like going on into that next game?
Yeah, well, we kind of just take one game at a time. We know Guardian Angels is a very, very solid team. They've always have been. They're always good. So we just know we're going to need to show up playing our best defense possible, and hopefully we can just pull away with that one.
Well, Avery, congratulations on your 1,000-point mark and your conference win tonight, as you are our player of the game. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll have Eric McKay back up at the booth with more post-game content. I'm Andrew Pfeiffer with NCN Sports Now.
Thank you, Andrew, and congratulations to Avery Wagner. Finished with 19 points and 3 rebounds. That's not bad at all. Her Player of the Game interview brought to you in part by Nebraska Orthopedic Center, your healing destination. Also brought to you by USAVE Pharmacy, dedicated to the well-being of all of their customers. That wraps it up. Pender wins 61-22. The boys basketball championships coming up. Stay with us. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
I have multiple sclerosis. I did fall about 1.5 years ago, and I broke my hip. The surgeon that I went to at the time gave us a choice. We could either have a pinning surgery or we could have done a total hip replacement. Unfortunately, the bone started dying. They did x-rays and they told us I had this necrosis and that, I would have to have a total hip replacement. So I did quite a bit of research. I looked at places in Omaha and Columbus, and so I met with Dr. Rickert, and I was very impressed with his manner and the way he listened to me. I decided to go with Dr. Rickert. I'm better now than before I broke my hip. It just seems like a miracle. So I would absolutely recommend him. I can't say enough about him. When I needed a hip replacement, I had faith.
NCN Sports is sponsored by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. Columbus Motor Company, where you'll find one low price, plain and simple, always. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Salas weaving in, weaving out, and skying for...
Hey, sports fans, looking for a convenient pit stop before or after the game? Look no further than Good to Go convenience stores. We're here to keep you going. Fuel up your tank with a refreshing drink and grab one more snack for the road. Good to Go, your winning play for game day.
Biggs. And hey, I can dunk it too.
Good to Go convenience stores. Fuel up for the game locations in Lincoln, York, Geneva, Bruning, and Hebron.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes, the wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
Storefronts, pop-up shops, food trucks, and digital retail. The way we do business is ever changing, and so are we. Madison County Bank's business lending team is constantly evolving to support and provide new information to our business and commercial customers. We understand that your business is truly unique. We are ready to find the business banking services that fit your needs best. Madison County Bank, here to help you grow.
From the moment you realized you needed ongoing care, to the long conversations with loved ones and the scare of having to leave the home you've lived in for so many years, to the moment you realized you didn't have to meeting your caregiver for the first time and those initial fears turning into new friendships, to the moment you felt more supported than you have in a really long time.
Thank you.
We've been here for you, just around the corner. Columbus Community Hospital.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Stop by your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. USAFE Pharmacy, dedicated to the well-being of all our customers. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln, meeting your sales, service, and parts needs.
You're proud of the community you live in. Taking care of the people in it isn't a job, it's an honor. At John Henry's, we take pride in being relied upon by the great people of Lincoln and the surrounding areas. A hard day's work means a happy customer, and making happy customers has been our goal all along. A team of expert plumbers, drain specialists, and HVAC professionals, dedicated to finding solutions for our customers. Because for us, a successful day ends with a handshake and a smile. John Henry's, our family serving yours.
Champions are crowned each year in Lincoln. All of us at Visit Lincoln welcome the athletes, families, and fans from across Nebraska to our community. When the final whistle blows and the game ends, make sure to discover how Lincoln can make your stay even more memorable. Stop by the Visitor Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit us on the web at lincoln.org. Visit Lincoln is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
Women have a 1 in 8 chance for developing breast cancer. Early detection makes a difference. Beatrice Community Hospital's Imaging Center can help with the latest technology, from screening with 3D mammography, breast MRI, breast ultrasound, and breast biopsy. All services conveniently located in the BCH's Imaging Center. Schedule your screening today. Incredible care, incredibly close.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we believe in local. It's something we live by. It's something we're proud of. It's helping our neighbors grow like they've helped us. Supporting families, investing in lives, and creating prosperity. Local means making decisions that grow and improve surrounding communities we call home. Investing in our nonprofits and giving back. Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, great for you, great for your community.
It all started long ago with cattle in mind, and it's still the major focus today of Powder River Livestock Handling Equipment and your friends at Valley Vet Supply in Marysville. They want to provide you with the best equipment. That's why they sell Powder River. It truly does stand the test of time. Powder River is a name you can trust. From cattle handling systems to gates and feeders, Powder River makes equipment for life. Come see for yourself at Valley Vet Supply on Highway 36 in Marysville.
Working in a bank, I understand interest. I mean, farmers are putting out a lot of money to put this crop in the ground, and the quicker that we can get that money back in their pocket to shut down those interest payments, the better. The money that we've invested in our drone technology has allowed our producers to be paid more accurately, more timely when the adjusters come. A lot of the work's already done for them, so it's basically them just talking it over with the farmer, making sure everybody's on the same page and the check's in the mail.
At Faith Regional Physician Services, our specialists come from all over the world to provide world-class care. They are drawn to Faith Regional because of the ability to live and practice in an advanced medical community coupled with the small-town values that you also value and cherish. We understand that building a relationship with your provider is important. You can feel confident when choosing a Faith Regional physician that you are choosing more than just a provider. You are choosing someone you see in your community that you can trust knows you and your family and is committed to your health and wellness. From family medicine to specialized surgical care, our team of over 125 specialists and surgeons are dedicated to providing you with exemplary care. Serving over 20 communities across Nebraska, finding a provider close to you is easy to do. Faith Regional Physician Services. Care provided by your friends, family, and neighbors is the faith difference.
Let your next adventure take flight in Sarpy County, Nebraska for some high-flying fun. Legendary family adventures, out-of-this-world shopping, star-studded evenings, and award-winning experiences. Our flights are never canceled. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com.
From the moment you realized you needed ongoing care, to the long conversations with loved ones, and the scare of having to leave the home you've lived in for so many years, to the moment you realized you didn't have to meeting your caregiver for the first time, and those initial fears turning into new friendships, to the moment you felt more supported than you have in a really long time.
Thank you.
We've been here for you, just around the corner. Columbus Community Hospital.
A new year, a fresh start, a resolution to grow more, gain more, give more. The process is the same: plant, grow, harvest. But the way you do it is always evolving. And so are we, Aurora Cooperative. Grow, gain, give. Aurora and you.
Start your next journey with Woodhouse. Our commitment extends beyond just selling cars. We offer an unparalleled car buying experience that allows you to shop and buy all online. Explore an array of new brands, makes, and models, as well as our large selection of pre-owned vehicles. And it's easy to get started today with our streamlined purchasing process online, granting you the freedom to secure your next vehicle anytime, anywhere. Discover a better way to buy with Woodhouse.
It's not about the hours, it's not about the acres. It's about the legacy passed from one generation to the next. At Madison County Bank, we see your farming operation as a legacy, as a successful business, as a crucial part of the world's well-being. For over 130 years, Madison County Bank has stood beside farmers and ranchers in Northeast Nebraska. We have been and always will be here to help you grow. Madison County Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
NCN Sports is sponsored by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. Columbus Motor Company, where you'll find one low price, plain and simple, always. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Hey there, sports